Orchot Tzadikim, we're in gate of humility, gate Shara Anava. So he says, Shoresh Anava hi neged הבורא שיחשוב בעצמו בעוד שהוא שלו ושקט בריא ועשיר אשר בורא ברוך הוא היטיב עמו טובה והוא אינו ראוי לה. A big root of humility is regarding your creator, which means that you have to realize that you're not worthy of anything. And everything God gave you, spasiba skaja. You have to say thank you. We said the big problem with the guy who has ga'ava, he makes himself anxiety. What's anxiety? I'm supposed to have a customized built house already by age this. I'm supposed to have a certain $1 million business already by this. I'm already supposed to have my kids doing this. I'm already supposed to be driving this kind of car. I'm already supposed to be having this kind of lifestyle. And he puts a lot of pressure on himself because I need to, I have to, I'm supposed to. I'm this type of person. I'm smart. I'm this, I'm that. I have to. So what happens? So therefore, once he doesn't get those things, he puts a lot of anxiety in his head. Puts pressure on himself. He's like, wow, I messed up. Zaparo. Meaning, he has parnasat tova, he has a wife, he has kids, he has a community, he has things going for him. He's a healthy guy. And he's still not happy. Why are you not happy? Because I'm not at this level I think I'm supposed to be. Who are you to think you have to be at that level? All right. Self-made expectations. And your life is good. The other guy down the block wished to live like you. And you know, my life's no good. You're down. You see it come to shul. It's like this. Rabbi, what's going to be, Rabbi? Pray for me, Rabbi. Pray for me. Wait, what do you mean? You say thank you. Hashem gave you everything you have. It's ga'ava. It's ga'ava. So the guy who's humble, he's so happy. You see, some people you see, they're very simple. They have very little and they're so happy. Why? Because they realize every single thing Hashem gave him, who says he deserves it? Some people, they get upset. They say, Rabbi, you know, why is my life like this? Why is my life like that? Why? 1 second. Who says you're entitled to all this? Who says you have to walk? Who says you have to be able to see? Who says you have to have money? Who says you live in a house? Maybe you should live in the street? Who says all these things? Ah, come on, Rabbi. Every normal person. Who says you have to be a normal person? Maybe you know how many people are not normal? You know how many people don't have your situation? So now that you have your situation, so be thankful. And if you don't, that's gava. That's gava. You have to have humility that you're not worth all these things God gave you. Because if you think about it, the amount God does for us versus what we do for Him is nothing. It's almost nothing. So Hashem could say, listen, I give you a lot. You don't live up to what I give you, so why should I give you? And Hashem gives us anyways. So be humble. They say the guy who got for free can't cry, right? The guy, you hire a guy to make plov for you. But he said, I'll volunteer. So you tell him, listen, next time you add a little bit more spicy. Last time, the rice was a little bit, come on, you didn't get such a good meat. You have to get a better meat. Listen, I came for free. You can't complain. So the guy says, Rabbi, that's why I like to pay. I'd rather pay, that way I can complain. Right? That way I can. We can't complain to Hashem. We get for free. We get for free compared to what we pay. We're underpaying Hashem. We're getting way better deal, way better end of the stick. So how can we complain? It's gava. You have to say, Ma'ani, what am I? Ani berash tefela meod. I'm very low. I'm not such a high level person. I'm very low. And that way, this is the root of humility, he says. Therefore, now when you have that between you and Hashem, now you can start extending it between you and other people. Right? You have to conduct yourself, especially in business. Humility in dealing with people, money matters. And what? Person who has real anava, real humility, he's what? He always goes beyond the letter of the law. Meaning the law says he has to pay you. But you see that this guy, he has to fight with you, right? I had this case the other day. A guy, he had a sort of rental agreement with somebody, and their insurance covered the damages to the car. And this guy's telling me, Rabbi, I want to charge this guy anyways. I said, listen, the insurance covers anyways. What do you care? No, let me charge him. Let me make money. So I said, listen, that's not, I don't know, I have to check if that's okay, They argue. He says, no, you have to pay. You have to pay. I said, the guy agreed. No, the guy's fighting with me. I said, stop, leave him alone. What do you want from him? No, Rabbi. I'd rather fight for 3 weeks, ruin my relationship with him, and make it dirty, get all the rabbis involved, Fight till the end. Till the bone I'm going to fight. Till there's nothing left to fight about. Till we forget what we fought about. That's gava. It's such a severe gava. He says, when you have anava, what do? You see a person fighting about money. He's like, you know what? I'd rather pay and not fight with you. That's no headache that way. My good feeling and my relationship with you is more important than what's money. Money comes, money goes. God's gonna give me. If you took from me, let's say you messed me over, you took my money, God's gonna give me a different way. What do you think? I have to fight with you about money? Come on. This is a true sign of humility. The Gemara says in the Bamatzia that the people in the second temple that they were destroyed for Sinat Hinam. What was the big Sinat Hinam they had? Was in business. Was in when they had disputes. They always used to go according to Deen. They used to, like, let's say there's a big argument between two people. So the family members would say, listen, Astabimo, Untako, he's the type of person. Leave him alone. You're not going to get nowhere with him. And people just say, no, who is he? I'm going to put him in his place. The Deen is like me. Alachas is like me. I'm going to fight him till the end. So that Ga'ava was what destroyed the temple. That's because really Sinat Chinam is Ga'ava, if you think about it. That's what it is. Let it go. Why are you still arguing with that? It's Ga'ava. So therefore, the tzaddikim, they're opposite. They always, oh, you want to fight about money? It's okay, take the money. I don't care about the money. That's a sign of tzaddik. The guy who's, no, put in place, it's my money. I'll fight with him. I'll make a whole scandal. I don't care. I'll make a Maury show, a Jory Springer right now. We'll make everybody on blast. That's Ga'ava. It's a big Ga'ava. So therefore, he says that if you humble yourself before Hashem, realize that Hashem gives me way more than I deserve. It's the same thing with other people. If the other person is doing harm to you or he's arguing with you about money, you're going to realize, who am I to deserve to say that I'm right and you're wrong? Who am I? If you read in Geret Ramban, what did in Geret Ramban say? In Geret Ramban says, be very careful. He said to his sons, be very careful always to speak to everybody with humility. He says, there's a way to find that the other guy is always better than you. How? If he's wealthier, if he's smarter, he's older, he has more experience in this matter that you're arguing with. If there's always something you can find to say that this guy he deserves it more than you, or you should be subservient to him. And people who can't stand that is because they have a lot of gava. They don't realize Hashem gives us everything. There's another type of anava. There's certain gava that they don't like that the rabbi's in charge, or they don't like somebody else is in charge. You know, the guy goes to the restaurant, so they get the manager's there, and he likes to run things a certain way. So the guy comes and he tells the manager tells the waiters, listen, you put the plates here, and you only serve this, you only give that. So the guy comes, listen, he goes to the waiters, says, listen, put the plates over here, listen. He goes and mix a mishmash. He goes and does completely whatever he wants, his own program. He says, listen, come in. This is my establishment. It's my place. What are you doing? What are you coming telling us what to do? Sit down, order. This is the way things are going to work. No, I like this. He says, excuse me, it's not your house. When you're in your house, you can do whatever you want. It's not your house. There's certain people with gava that they don't like rules. Everywhere they go, they make their own rules. Everywhere they go, there has to be their way. And if not, then you're wrong. They come and make themselves like they put themselves on the throne. No, Rabbi's not going to tell me what to do with the shul. I'm going to do whatever I want. The manager is not going to tell me what to do in the restaurant. I'm going to do whatever I want. And they think, the waiter tells them, listen, I can't do that for you. Don't worry. He thinks that with money, everything you buy everybody. The guy says, there's no reservations here. It's full tables. No, listen. Come on, find me a table. It's gava. He thinks that with his money and his honor, everybody's supposed to be subservient to him. Listen, I'm sorry. There's a line of people. You see, there's a line of people because you come to the front of the line, you give money, that's it. Maybe you dealt with people in other places that work like that, but it don't work over here like that. Over here, we have honor. We're not sellouts. So therefore, a person says, no, that's a gava. And humility is, you come to a place, the Baalei Musar say, the person who has biggest humility, he's so scared to bother somebody else. He's so scared. In the Midwest, they have a lot of kavod, derech eretz. Yeah. It's known, the stereotype of the Midwest, in Chicago, and Indiana, all those places, is when they order, they don't want to bother the waiter again. They'll never. He's missing a fork the whole meal. He won't ask the waiter again because he doesn't want to bother him. The humility of not to bother again to somebody. I don't want to ask. I'll make him go get it again. I didn't want to say anything. That's a humility. That's a sign of tzaddikim. I'd rather go up, walk around 50 times, get it myself than to bother somebody for something because of the humility that he has. And as opposed to gava, he says, no, everybody should do what I say. I come and show up. I don't care what the rules are. Everybody do what I say. So he says, the person who has real anava, humility, he comes before tzaddikim, he lowers himself. In front of hachamim, he lowers himself. And he says, if these are the servants of Hashem and his lovers, and because of this, he lowers himself and honors them. But a person who doesn't look to see the greatness in other people, he says, what are these rabbis? These rabbis? The bigger the beard, the bigger the ganav, Chas v'shalom, he says, right? He says, these rabbis, they're all afiris, they're all baloney, Chas v'shalom. A person who has humility, he looks, you see, look how good a job he does. You see, he does a great job. This is a good rabbi. You see this restaurant? You see how they have everything run so nice? The guy with gava doesn't pay attention to these things. He only thinks about himself. He says, how can they serve me? The guy who has humility, he says, no, I have to respect him. Look how good a job he does. Some people, they go to a restaurant, they have a bad time, they won't pay nothing. I don't want to pay nothing. Take everything off the bill. And he says, the guy who has humility, he says, listen, I didn't like this, I didn't like that. Listen, they have to make money too. Listen, they did a good service. They gave something nice. The other guy says, no, I don't want to pay them nothing. That's everything garbage. Right? Well, why? He said, no, the guy wants to make a business deal. He says, listen, why you charge so much? No, I want this price. He wants it to the price of the cost to the guy. The guy with humility, what do you say? Listen, he has to make money too. Listen, okay, I'll make a few dollars. You make a few dollars. We'll make a business deal. Guy says, no, everything my way. I want cost price. I want to rip you in half, put you back together, and send you home. That's what I want. And then I feel, I made business. So therefore, you see how humility has so many roots and symptoms. An opposite, gava, also has horrible roots, horrible symptoms. We should zocheh, look to be like Rabbi Peida. The Gemara Meravin says he had a student who used to learn 400 times. And then he understood. One day he says, I have to go. And then he ended up being that he didn't pay attention to 400 times. He says, what do you mean you didn't pay attention? He said, Rabbi, every second I thought you had to leave. So I wasn't paying attention. So he says, well, now I'm going to teach you again? Yeah, I'm going to teach you again 400 times. Gemara says, heavenly voice came out. He says, Rabbi, you want everyone in your generation to go Olam Haba, or you want to live a long life? He says, everyone should get Olam Haba. Hashem says, I give you both. So you see the humility of, I have to repeat myself. You didn't hear me the first time? No. 800 times you really teach your student. Baruch